welcome. First, we'd like you, if you could please, to introduce yourself, your name and your title and your role here at the university.
Well, my name is Hendrick Langa. I am the director for the center here, the French South African Schneider Electric Education Center. And I have 5 months already, consumed being in the center. And I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. And could you tell us, just in your own words, what the purpose of this program is and the partnership?
Well, first of all, we have identified a gap that South Africa does not have the manpower in terms of artisans and electricians. And that's a big gap. And we thought it would be necessary to encroach into that space. And so we've decided to form a partnership with Schneider Electric, the French Ministry of Education, and the university. And that partnership enables us to actually tap from the partners resources from the university, resources and technology from Schneider Electric, and the expertise from the French Ministry of Education. Because our intention really is to make sure that we get our youth that wouldn't have gone to university, who are capable, to bring them on board to be trained to be artisans and electricians. So that basically is our agenda, and that is the reason why we exist.
Yes. And we understand you've been in the role just about 5 months. The program started 6 years ago. So as you're the new incoming director of the program, what is your vision for the future of it?
Well, having been here for 5 months already, I must first of all say, I think I'm quite creative. That's what I think. I also think I have a pretty good background, of engineering, specifically electrical engineering. And I just think, having been here has given me an opportunity to see many, one might call them loopholes or opportunities to actually zero into. Mm-hmm. And this means that one of the things I've seen is an opportunity for growth, just in numbers. Like I said in the beginning, that there is a huge gap, and South Africa needs a lot of these people out there. So I've seen an opportunity for growth in numbers. In other words, I don't see us just having 24 students per year. We will be, undercutting ourselves. We need much more than that. I see an opportunity for bringing in their expertise from Schneider Electric to come on board here to bring their expertise. I just know that Schneider is actually a high-tech company, second to none. So these are technologies that we actually need, that the country needs. So my vision, to basically answer your question, is this. We would like to establish, first of all, a center here that will initially, medium-term projection, cater for Sedibeng, which is a region basically in the southern part of Gauteng, where we are able to offer training for young people in Sedibeng. And bear in mind that we are actually situated in the hub of industries. We have the likes of Eskom over here, Sasol over there, Samanco, Metal. There's a whole lot of industries around us. And I just think that they are looking, they should look unto us to provide human resources in terms of these guys. So it is a definite, or it is a must, that we will have to expand, put the infrastructure in place. I have already, said that this particular building which we are accommodated for a moment is actually quite small. And we are fortunate that we have land in the other campus, which is the Science Park campus. We have big land where we will have the opportunity to put infrastructure and be able to put in place competent trainers, competent teachers, competent technicians in our organization. I think we have a privilege as well of having, like I said, we have the partnership with Schneider, of having guys like you, for example, coming in, bringing in the expertise and the culture that we need. You know, I believe that one is not living in an island. We need to understand that we are living in a global village. So we need to understand the global culture so that we can win in the space of competition. So going forward now, I'm thinking if we can put a world-class system in place in the form of the center, we can be able to duplicate that elsewhere and with ease. Which idea now is to basically go out into beyond the province, go out to the rest of South Africa, go out to the rest of these SASEC countries where we can duplicate what we've achieved. And I just think that the day is coming when government will be looking to us for answers. At the moment, government is trying to provide answers, but they themselves are not too clued up as to what they should do. And we are the people who actually must provide direction for the future. And this is where I see we are going. We're looking at saying, what is going on out there? You know, if I went to look at where Schneider starts, for example, in France, I would like to see what exactly are they doing in France, what exactly are they doing in India, or in any other country, you see, so that we can strengthen our presence in the SASEC countries.
If you were able to expand the way you envision, how many more students could you serve in that midterm kind of growth plan?
Well, I'm thinking, it would be hard to put a number, but I'm thinking a couple of thousands.
That's great.
You can do that if you have proper systems in place. You can do that if you have set up the nucleus properly. Mm-hmm. If the center, for example, works well, it's a well-oiled machine. Mm-hmm. What stops you from repeating the same thing elsewhere? What is the limit in terms of numbers? In fact, there shouldn't be a limit because you've got a system that is working, which has been tested, which has been piloted. What stops you from duplicating this many, many times and not putting a lid in terms of numbers? Because any economy would need these people. And the more of these people you can produce. I mean, if we were saying, I'm planning right now to have CEOs of companies, the ESCOMs, the Samancos, coming here, and we say to them, this is what we are doing here. We are still nucleus, but this is what we are doing here. We would like you to come on board. These students will be capable of doing 1, 2, 3 at the end of the year. We would like you to come on board and help us to absorb them. So in so many words, we will create a market for them. You will create an opportunity for them to be taken by industry. And if that has happened, and we were successful, and I think just do one thing right for the first time well. If we are successful in doing that, I see no reason in doubling that, tripling that, whatever else that.
Good. As far as your challenge or the challenges or the greatest hurdles you face to grow the organization, is it infrastructure? Is it qualified personnel? What do you think is the greatest hurdle that you have in front of you?
Well, I'm glad you put them as challenges. I do not see them as challenges. I just see them as opportunities. We we will, you know, one of the things I just want to make clear is I have a very good understanding of basic electrical engineering. I have a very good idea of leadership. I don't see these things as challenges. I just see them as mountains, you know, opportunities for us to get to. Personnel, competent personnel, for me, is a must. People who can deliver material to these guys at the highest possible standard. Would that be a challenge? I don't think so. We must just go and find them. We have Schneider Electric, who provides supplementary training, for example. If I'm thinking the teachers or engineers or whoever is involved in teaching these guys is not well qualified, I will have to do something to supplement that, to make sure that at the end of the day they are competent. They are able to deliver at the highest standard that is out there, you know, to these guys. So for me, this is one great opportunity that I'm just looking forward to reach, to get to, you know. In terms of students, we have said we are targeting underprivileged students. We have an opportunity here to exercise our ability to assist them. How can we assist them to be here? They may have problems with transport, maybe their home financial position is not very good. But we would like to find ways of how we can assist them. You know, how can we get them to be here, to succeed? Can we go and speak to somebody? I think there's a lot of money out there in industry. You just have to present your case very well, you know. I think government themselves are actually partners in what we are doing. We just have to come up with a plan to say, this is what we are doing, government. We would like you to come on board. And personally, I think the greatest contributor is not going to be government. It is going to have to be industries themselves, because we are supplying these people to industries. So I see an opportunity or a challenge that we will go and get these partners from government, from industry and government, and say, come on board, because we are providing the best that there is. You have no reason to refuse our proposals. We'll grab them by hand and bring them here and say, sign on a dotted line. This is for the good of the country. And so I see these things as opportunities for us, you know. Infrastructure, I don't see that as a challenge. I see we are blessed. I've been told we have land, and we do have land. In fact, you will have an opportunity to go see how big the land is, where we will have a portion of land to put infrastructure. So that shouldn't be a challenge. In fact, I just think if you're coming up with a very good idea, if people said there's no land and you're coming up with a good idea, you will get the land. I've seen over here, they have demolished the houses and rezoned them to put residences for students. So we will go and find land, and we will get land to make sure that we are achieving our objective that we've started off with. So at the moment, I must obviously be honest and say we do have challenges here and there, you know. Remember, this is partnership now. We have challenges here and there. I do have challenges in the meantime of bringing in the staff that I need, and I know what I want. I don't have challenges of selecting these guys. All of them were sitting in front of me. I looked at them. I said, well, yes. And we happened to have quite a bit of girls, which I'm happy about as well. So that is not a challenge for me. I just think that we have a grand opportunity which will be a success as long as our partnership works, which I believe it works, as long as there's drivers of that partnership. For me, it is a question of putting a well-oiled machine. And by that, I'm referring whether that's human resources or people or infrastructure or whatever you need. Putting that in place so that it works even if you are not there. That is basically my biggest challenge. I must get that to work like that. These people that you see here, in fact, will be telling a story one day. They'll be saying, we were once small, we were in a class, we listened to this man putting forth what he thought he wanted to achieve. And some of them will say, today, we are part of this vision, and we are running with it. If I'm dead, some of these guys will be running with it, because it will be in place, they'll be knowing what to do.
That's right. Well, let's end on the note with a message to these students then, since we're kind of talking to them about sustaining a legacy. What would you say to them right now, though, as they're getting started? They're just really day 3 into the program, which is new for them. What would be your either words of encouragement or lessons learned that you would like to leave them with as they get started here in your program?
Well, I would like to say to you, young people, life is not easy. I said it the other day that if you do not have a vision, you will not achieve anything. You need to imagine yourself in 2 days time, a week's time, a month's time, 3 years time, 5 years time. You need to see yourself in that context. You need to have a vision. That is what will inspire you to actually do the work. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. It's going to be challenging. But if you have a vision, there is nothing that you will not be able to achieve. Do not look at yourselves now, but look at yourselves when you are finished. Look at yourselves when you are contributing and applying back what you have learned. Every day, make a statement and say, this day for me is going to be the best day. Start each day with a positive mindset. And if you can do that, I almost want us to write it in the air, vision. If you can have a vision, there is nothing you will not be able to accomplish. It'll prompt you to ask. It'll prompt you to go to the library to look for information. It'll prompt you not to sleep early before the homework is done, because you have a vision. I'm wishing you all the best, and I'm encouraging you to stay put. One of the days, I can testify of some of the guys that were here, that have done well, that have said we are proud of them. You are also now running that race, and I really want to wish you all the best.
That's great. Thank you. And thank you for inviting Schneider into your vision for the students, for the program. We appreciate that. Maybe just a last comment from you as we take this back to our Schneider colleagues. We'd like to, on your behalf, extend an invitation to them to be part of what you're doing as well.
Certainly. I have 5 months right here as a director. I must say, I have been very impressed by who Schneider is. I have visited the offices in Joburg, Schneider offices. I was very impressed. I have worked with a couple of people, even at leadership. I've visited some people that work at Schneider. I was very impressed. I have worked with Professor Alex, who began here about 5-6 years ago. I was very impressed by his passion, his desire to see young people succeed. The culture, I can testify, the culture that we have here is commended, in fact, by the rest of the university community. I must say, I see some of them, they say, can we come and work with you here? They are seeing the light. I want to say to Schneider and the leadership of Schneider Electric, I just think it's a great company. It's a great high-tech company that has a great deal to offer. When I came here, I just saw many ideas springing up as I was interacting with people in Schneider. And I can say we have started, but we have not started. We've got a lot to cover. And for us to achieve these things, we will not be able to do it alone. We are certainly And I think very certainly, we are certainly going to need Schneider to be a big, big partner with us here. And if that can happen, I believe that we are bound to make very, very big strides. I was just impressed to have the two of you, Jenny and Jennifer, coming over here to South Africa. I was very impressed by the work that you have done. You know, we had other trainers coming as well who did outstanding work. I would get reports from the students in these 5 months that I've been who say, I want to go and start my own business. The reports that we would get from students speaks for itself. So I just want to say we appreciate the opportunity that we have with Schneider, and if they can just make sure that you come back here and give some more to our students. I know you have a lot. I mean, she's an industrial engineer, you know, you're in communications. You have a lot to offer our students, you know. So I'm saying to Schneider, you're a great company. We would like to partner with you for real and have in South Africa, world-class facilities, world-class infrastructure, to a point where the only name that is spoken about is Schneider.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that, and thank you again for inviting us here and for your time today. Let's thank Dr. Langa, please.